Hey guys, we're back today with a new PvP guide. This build is a Rend Mortal Strike build that does insane damage, but is a lot harder to roll than the Sinister Strike build. We use Heroic Strike to cancel our auto attacks. That way we can stack up heavy weight and land a huge crush. You want to start combat with Charge, then Mortal Strike to activate Rend from Juggernaut. You want to use Execute when available, as it is one of the hardest hitting spells we have. Warbreaker is a big increase in damage for this build. Activating Prepared to Crush from Heavyweight can be a bit tricky, but with practice you can do massive amounts of damage with it. Killing Spree with the Massacre talent makes the enemy take more damage, which is good for extra damage. Mortal Strike with the Demolisher talent makes the enemy take more damage, which is good for extra damage. Charge with the Crushing Impact talent makes the enemy take more damage, which is good for extra damage. We want all of the % damage done talents in this build. They are good for the extra damage. I use Enslave Demon with the talent Master Demonologist, which is good for extra damage. I use Hemorrhage as a filler that applies a debuff that makes the target take increased physical damage, which is good for extra damage. The demon I have applies a debuff that makes the target take increased physical damage, which is good for extra damage. For starter abilities with this build, I start with Charge, Battle Stance, Hamstring, and Rend. You ideally want to hit overpower while leveling up. Same goes with Mortal Strike. A few required talents for this build would be Improved Mortal Strike, Hunger for Blood, Juggernaut, In for the Kill, and Master of Arms. In for the Kill resets Rend whenever you press Mortal Strike, which is a key element of the DPS rotation. Master of Arms gives you big armor penetration, which is good for extra damage. Heavyweight increases your physical damage by a flat %, which is good for extra damage. Heavyweight also lets you use Crush, which is good for extra damage. Insatiable makes it to where your taste for blood can stack up multiple times, which is good for extra damage. For my Mystic enchants, I am using Demonic Mortal Strike for extra damage, Wrecking Crew for the extra damage, all of the % physical ones for extra damage, and Anger Management for extra rage for extra damage. For gear, I am stacking as much strength as possible, which is good for extra damage. Thanks guys, leave a comment and a like for more build guides like this.